Now in this segment, I want to cover how to orient components and set what's called their neutral properties or their neutral position. You may notice when you use this concept of inserting 3D content into this root node type structure that sometimes your components come in a strange orientation or an unexpected orientation. Well, there's usually a pretty easy solution for that. When you first insert, like in our case, that bench grinder assembly, if it comes in a strange orientation, a lot of times all you need to do is just reorient the world axis. That's done just by clicking out in the white space so that no component is selected. And look over in the properties field and you'll see a vertical axis option here. Right now it's oriented to Z+. Generally you'll find that if you just toggle this through either the X or Y or the other orthographic options here, you'll probably find an orientation that's suitable. Like in this case, that's the basic isometric orientation that I would have expected. So that's all looking pretty good right now, and I'm just going to pick that and set that as the neutral property. Okay, so the neutral property means that's its default state. Now when I insert some of this other 3D content like my screwdriver and my chisel, you can see that those have also come in perhaps in a non-intuitive position, and I'd like to reset their default position to something that makes a little bit more sense. Well, one thing that you can do is just simply pick on a component, right click, and use either the translate or the rotate commands to just eyeball position those into a more suitable orientation. So I'll just use the rotate and translate commands to get this sort of into the ballpark of where I might want it to be. So once we orient this around, get it about where we want it. If I want that now to be the new default position of my chisel, all I do is just pick the component and choose Set as Neutral Properties. Now that remembers that as the default position for that component. And so that's how you set the neutral properties. In the next example, I'll show you how to be a little bit more precise in how to use some of the alignment tools for setting a position.